All right, this next step is totally optional. You don't have to do it, but here's why you want to do it. It's turning this over and stitching it so that it's out of the way. And you know how zippers get stuck and your kids come to you and they break their coats or their book bags or whatever because of zippers? It's because they catch on the zipper, like the edge of the zipper. So I'll show you, this is the backpack I made last year when I started this project and then walked away because I didn't accomplish it by the time it was time for school. Anyway, so you can see that this has been sewed over. She didn't come to me a single time with a jammed book bag. So it made it the whole year, and she's gonna use this book bag again this year. Yay for frugality. So all you have to do to get that is to just take yarn, and you're gonna sew with yarn, or you could do it in the sewing machine if you want, but it's really thick by this point. And I'm gonna tie in just a piece of yarn. And then I'm just gonna turn this so you can see better. I'm gonna take the edge of that, and then I'm just gonna work in stitches, making sure I don't make it ugly from the other side. But I'm just gonna work in stitches every once in a while so that that stuff stays out of the way, because it just jams the book bag. So do it or don't do it. I'm gonna do it because I don't like dealing with jammed book bags, but then it'll just stay open better. I'll be back when that's done. Okay, I'm gonna take my zipper section and I'm gonna fold it in half so I can get the center. And I'm gonna take my back section and I'm gonna fold it in half so I can get the center. And then we're gonna line center to center. So, whoop, lining them up. And I'm gonna start sewing from the middle because I don't feel like going downstairs to get pins, and you don't really need pins. And sewing being a loose term, meaning with a crochet hook, we're gonna go in and out of the thread. Do a nice big knot to keep that secure. And you can tie knots every once in a while. Even though this is straight, we're actually gonna kind of sew in a curve. Just going in and out. Keep it taut. So don't go right up to this corner because we're gonna make it round. Oops, I went too far. I'll show going around this corner. I know this is a little tedious looking, but I don't want to not show the corner. I'm sure there's some magical way to crochet a corner right there, but that's not how I did it. I just figured I'd get rid of it when I sewed. So you can see this is getting left out of the loop, this little triangle of stuff. And remember, every once in a while, because you don't want the whole thing to come undone if the yarn breaks, just every once in a while, take the hook out, twist it, do a knot, maybe do another one right there again. And that just makes it stronger. Now we're not gonna go all the way to the edge of this. Leave like, I don't know, 3 inches at the end. And the same thing where the sharp edge is, round it when you sew. Be back in a minute. So I went all the way from the middle down the side. You can see that. And I left that 3-4 inches at the bottom there that I didn't do. And then I'm gonna go the same thing down this side, leaving once again that 3-4 inches of wiggle room at the bottom, because we're gonna like have some overlapping pieces when we get to there. And then while we're at it here, same thing, you're gonna fold this in half so you can find the middle and match it up. You can use this string right here to cheat where you already found the middle. So if that's the middle, see how you can see that string? So you know that this, right here's the middle. And I'm gonna do the same thing with them, leaving that 3-4 inches at the bottom. So as you can see, we're actually starting to look almost like a book bag here. It's heading there. So I turned it right side out for a second. Alright, so we've got this bottom piece, the big long one. We're gonna fold it in half to find the middle. We're gonna fold this in half to find the middle. Match them up. I'm gonna tie off that middle. Should have had my yarn ready. What was I thinking? Okay. Once again, these are gonna get treated like a round edge. Any straight edge, you're gonna kind of miss like a triangle of it and go around. Now, if you look on my bag over here, the finished one, I have, I added like a border to this one. It was when I was making the pattern. So it's the same thing, just this doesn't switch colors. Anyway, but the bottom overlaps and covers up the side pieces. And that's because, let's face it, where the zipper attaches is ugly. Look how ugly that is. So we want to hide that. So what we've been doing, we're going to start here and we're going to work our way around, stitching here all the way over to here, and then we're actually going to turn the project. I think I'm just going to try to figure out what to demonstrate this faster. I'm going to put some just tying pieces in here because I don't have pins up here. So you could pin it, but I don't have any pins up here. Okay, so we're gonna reach the point where this needs to be overlapping with the zipper piece. So, turning the project, zipper piece is needing to be peeled back because whatever's on the bottom, we'll double check this in a second and turn it. So the triangle stays out, put the zipper piece on top of this, and just like in sewing, you're looking at all the ugly stuff. Now I'm going to hold that and demonstrate, and you'll see that is going to put the bottom piece on top of the zipper so that we don't see the ugly point where the zipper connects. So hopefully that makes sense. So it's really 3 pieces of bag here that you have to overlap. So start sewing here, go all the way around, and you do the same thing on the other side. The zipper has to be covered by it's hidden by the bottom basically. I just wanted to point out, so you're not freaking out when you do your pattern, do you see this whole triangle from the side? You just gotta shape it with the sewing, and you're never gonna see those in the bag. So same thing on this side. It's whatever has to happen to get it on there. Sometimes you're crocheting loose, sometimes you're crocheting tight. I used like 6 different thicknesses of yarn because I was using all scraps, so just follow the curve and you will have that triangle sticking out in there. So it is time to unzip it so we can turn it right side up. Now when you do that, you're gonna see that, there's a big hole in here. We're gonna have to put some stitches in there, just across there to keep that from opening. And I would suggest doing some sort of stitch right around the zipper so the zipper can't ever go down so low that it gets caught. So anyway, just put some stitches across here, and the same thing on this side, tuck the zipper pieces in. You might want to have it closed when you do this. And you're going to put some stitches across here as well.